and in how many in the future, I don't know, is that one guy does not concede when he loses. Does not concede when he loses.
Trump has been miserable in court. He said there is no more horrible thing for Donald Trump than just having to sit there and be quiet. Well, he's really, if that's the case, he's going to love prison. He's going to have a great time.
With the help of Jimmy Kimmel and Bill Maher, Farty Trump has been revealed to be the true mastermind behind the show. In addition, Trumpy is wailing in an uncontrollable manner. During a recent appearance on Bill Maher's show, Kellyanne Conway, who serves as President Trump's personal advisor, made an attempt to defend him against criticism. Maher, on the other hand, did not waste any time in undermining Trump's image, which led to an engaging discussion about Trump's reluctance to concede and his tendency to lay the blame elsewhere.
A video of Trump looking absolutely just as senile and doing crazy senile. And of course, Joe Biden is not actually crazy. Your guy is actually crazy. He has a That's the most dangerous thing in a president. He doesn't make decisions rationally. The reason why he's so ahead is because he doesn't have to worry about policy points that he makes because no one takes him seriously anyway.
Trump's assertion that there was widespread voter fraud during the 2020 election and his subsequent incitement of a crowd to assault the Capitol marked the pinnacle of this behavior. In spite of the fact that there are ongoing issues regarding the legitimacy of following elections, Trump is insistent about contesting the results of the presidential election that took place in 2024. In the years following his defeat, he has exerted an extraordinary amount of effort to undermine popular faith in the democratic system. There are other instances in which he exhibits actions that are indicative of cognitive impairment, such as his unwavering declaration of victory in places that he has lost. Trump maintains that he is the only one who can determine whether or not elections are fair.
The results of the upcoming 2024 presidential election, I'll read his answer. If everything's honest, I'll gladly accept the results. If it's not, you have to fight for the right of the country.
But maybe in Rehoboth, where he spends a lot of time anyway.
But you know, I could show a video right now. I could put of
we see
Trump.
Them all day long.
Trump
is all day long. Trump is everybody's adjective, verb.
With a victory proving that they are legitimate and a defeat being seen as a result of a rigged election. You can't love your country only when you win, President Biden remarked, highlighting Trump's compulsive concern with winning at any cost. Biden's statement was spot on. This fixation even extends to his baseless allegations that illegal immigration interferes in elections, despite the fact that individuals who are not United States citizens are not permitted to cast a ballot. For the sake of advancing his own agenda, Trump incites fear of political interference and immigration through his rhetoric. Conway's argument that Trump is unwilling to surrender the 2020 election was nearly laughable. He cited the fact that they accepted the result of the 2016 election, which was a victory for them, as evidence of their commitment to democracy. The fact that she made an effort to draw attention away from Trump's narcissism, which was the driving force behind his behavior, served only to emphasize how egotistical he was. Maher rightly characterized Trump as a textbook narcissist who was driven by an excessive need for both acceptance and adulation. Maher's description of Trump was accurate. Conway is not even close to matching Trump's deceiving abilities, despite the fact that she is skilled at deception. However, similar to Trump, she is subject to criticism from comedians and late-night broadcasters, due to the fact that she has a tendency to make stupid remarks. When it comes to humor, Conway's unsuccessful stand-up performances, including a particularly noteworthy one in which he performed while losing a leg, provide a funny juxtaposition to the political drama that is enveloping Trump. In spite of this, Maher's scathing condemnation of Trump and Conway serves as a terrifying warning about the potential consequences that could result from the collapse of a narcissist person. Now let's speak about the history of Trump's tendency to say lies.
Help normalize anything bad. You know, people have said that he did lie a little more than most presidents. I mean, no president is completely truthful, but he's a bit of a fibber.
A habit of routine dishonesty is demonstrated by his amazing total of more than 30,000 incorrect or misleading assertions made over the course of a span of 4 years. His continuous attacks on political competitors are another piece of evidence that demonstrates his commitment to dehumanize and degrade people in order to accomplish his own goals within the political arena. It is possible that Conway is claiming that Trump is a man of integrity, yet the fact that he has a history of insulting and denigrating others speaks volumes about his character. Conway does not appear to be willing to acknowledge the fact that Trump's behaviors expose his true character. These actions range from making fun of opponents to attacking Maher directly. Moreover, it is now Jimmy's turn to impart some wisdom upon him. Trump let out a loud fart in the courtroom as he was testifying, which caused the audience to cheer with hysterical laughter. Taking advantage of the situation, Jimmy Kimmel made fun of Donald Trump by proposing that he consume more vegetables in order to avoid situations like these. The fart became the day's punchline, taking precedence over everything else and inspiring amusement even in the most solemn of settings.
Just when you think the insane-o-meter has topped out, Donald Trump adds farting to his list of atrocities. This is, we are, and for Donald, I can only imagine the nervous farting was off the charts. This was trending on Twitter, odor in the court, as was Trump stinks. There are many fun little nuggets.
Kimmel made a joke about the possibility that Trump's flatulence was his way of making a message, which left everyone wondering what other shenanigans Trump may do next. A rumor went around that Trump's attorneys administered sedatives to him in order to make him appear more composed in court. There is a lack of clarity regarding whether Judge Merchant is irritated by Trump's tiredness or his nighttime practices on Truth Social. In spite of this, they have used a variety of strategies in order to keep Trump alert throughout the proceedings. The naps Donald Trump takes in the courtroom have become so well known that his attorney no longer bothers to sit next to him during sidebars.
Do reports about Trump napping in court mean he lacks the stamina to be president again? I know he's not napping. It's fake news.
Speaking of sleepy, Donald Trump, I guess Teddy Roosevelt is tired from all the winning, because he nodded off in court again today.
Well, he says he's just resting his eyes. He's just taking it all in. What do you think, Kellyanne?
I'm bored, so probably he is sitting there. I'm bored just reading the clips every day.
Out of fear that he could catch some Z's by association. A number of astute business people recognize a fantastic opportunity in this situation. It is possible that in the near future we will see energy drinks and wake-up supplements branded with the Trump name. It's possible that we'll even see Trumpuccinos at Starbucks at some point in the future. After all, if he is able to sell steaks and Bibles, his next target should be coffee. On the other hand, Trump's nap sessions come with a significant twist. He is a frequent farter in the courtroom. His nickname, Sleepy Farty Don, has already been given to him by Jimmy, and it appears that the term has stuck like glue. Now let's talk about Trump's eating choices. He is persuaded that if he were to consume just plant-based foods for a period of 30 days, it would be disastrous for his taste buds. We are all aware that he is a die-hard fan of anything that is oily and meaty, despite the fact that he is a stubborn person. If he were to occasionally substitute a salad for a Big Mac, perhaps the volume of his farts in the courtroom might be reduced to a level that is comparable to that of a rock concert.
Jury gas mask in the courtroom sketch. Just to be safe, we drew some stink lines behind him. And again, here's the thing. There's no way to prove Donald Trump was the one who dealt it. So please don't repost the day off today in New York, giving our president a well-deserved chance to nap and fart at home. And according to one of his friends, Trump has been miserable in court. Julius Squeezer, or the shard of the deal, or you have the right to remain silent but deadly, because we don't know if any of this is true. You can't call him Gasolini.
With the exception of his passion for golf, Trump's diet is about as well-balanced as a unicycle walking on a tightrope, according to one of his friends who spilled the beans. Also, let's not forget his odd preference for steak that is buried in those tiny bottles of ketchup, which is a peculiarity in the world of cuisine that is just as surprising as it is entertaining. Now that we're talking about steak, there's a story going around that Donald Trump's obsession with the meaty treat is unbounded. According to the rumors, he consumes steak twice a day as if it were starting to go out of style. On the other hand, his gastronomic experiences take a turn that is sure to make him cringe when he is traveling outside of the country. For example, he chooses steak over cheeseburgers in countries like India, where beef is not precisely on the menu at McDonald's. All of us are left wondering, what's next on the menu of embarrassment? Because it is safe to say that Trump's meal choices have become a global punchline. Consequently, we find ourselves in the strange position of contemplating Trump's candidate for the presidency once more, despite the fact that he is notorious for his habit of farts in public. Don't you think it's a genuine conundrum to think about? What I mean is that if he is unable to maintain his composure throughout a courtroom session, how can we put our faith in him to lead an entire nation? On the other hand, there is Vice President Joe Biden, who exudes decency and responsibility. He is the kind of person you would readily entrust with your neighbor's dog, let alone with the destiny of a whole nation. Now let's take a moment to highlight the accomplishments that Vice President Biden has accomplished. This individual has been working hard like a seasoned professional, tackling everything from the pandemic to the economy with a dexterity of a juggler who has been doing it for years. When COVID-19 suddenly appeared in our life like a wrecking ball, do you remember hearing it? Instead of missing a beat, Vice President Biden stepped up to the plate, enacting mask mandates and giving out vaccines as if they were the most recent iPhone. He did this in order to ensure that everyone remained safe. Additionally, it is important to not overlook his work in rebuilding the economy, as he has been producing jobs like a machine that is operating at full capacity. It is almost as if he is competing with the real world in a game of Sim City. And guess what? What a master he is.